Oh, yeah, I have a whole lot of them. It, and the boys, what time do you get out of? What time the bus comes?
Um, at 5, but he's not coming today. I told him he
Oh,
didn't
I
have to.
see. Uh, and because little John, oh, I don't know. I thought it was about.
No,
He
he's
used to,
younger. He's younger.
yeah,
He gets home at
he used to get
3:30.
home at 4 o'clock. But as they go up, the hours are later.
So how did you celebrate Easter at Hankawalla?
Hey?
When you were younger at Hankawalla, how did you celebrate Easter?
Oh, that's a place to celebrate. It was. My parents were very religious, about Easter days and all, but Easter was a very big day. And that, we always invited the neighbor. They didn't invite us like we do Christmas and New Year's, though. But it was understood that she could get over the ice easier than if we were a big gang. He knew a little trick that he could cross her. So the two, and then if the daughter came up from Quebec, well, he could get her, and then they all came for Easter. And we'd make our own little baskets. It was quite a lovely day. We always made, well, at school, the kids used to make baskets, so we learned that when we came back to the bush. We didn't have school. And we'd make our own baskets, and then Eaton's would send us a big box of assorted things for the Easter basket. There's a little bush to put in your little green stuff there, and then yours do your own basket. And we couldn't miss an Easter basket because we didn't always get whatever candies anybody sent us. You better have to stretch it out, otherwise it's all gone.
Yeah.
So we were very fussy about that. And little Tommy Nortel, God love him, he just loved it, but he'd say, oh, and then Laura Secor, we'd get a box from Laura Secor from Katie. And little Tommy would get up in the morning and he liked to speak French, so he'd say, Gilor de Sidicar, Gilor de Sidicar. He remembered it for years. That meant you could get a chocolate from the box because we tried to and they came home with the young fellows, well, Tommy for a while, and Pinky. Well, Pinky was, of course, they got terribly spoiled treating for Alice, but her personality was good though. But she didn't stay as long as Tommy stayed a couple of years with us, whereas Pinky would only come for the school
School
holidays.
holidays.
Yeah. So it wasn't always Easter, though. But she'd get her summertime holidays, and we'd have them. But poor little Tommy, I heard he's dead, eh?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, and I always, well, of course she's gone, but I always think of it when I see a box of chocolate. Gilor de see the car, because he was showing how he could speak French. And he took that down to Syracuse when he went to school. And of course he had to have them know that he could speak French. And he'd say, oh, yes, they said, well, say some words. That you are to see to court. It was a joke all around the teacher, so they liked him though because he was very intelligent. So was Pinky and Arlene. They were both, but then you see, we didn't raise Arlene. We only had Pinky and Tommy. And they were something about those days, I remember with great feelings because we weren't allowed to take a little Tommy from school. And oh dear, we had to go into the Department of Education because education for children in New York State was free. And they wondered why that we would take them up to Canada. Well, we didn't tell them it was me that was the teacher.
You were the teacher.
They didn't have school at all in Canada, but Dad made us a nice little schoolhouse, so. And oh no, we had to keep it nice. And I think they probably learned more and better at home because there was not the arrangements of city life. And of course, they were very deranged because Dean's best work was at a bar. She had to work where she got the most money, and that way she could send us something, and she had a hard time. And then, but they took pictures of our schoolhouse, I was sorry when young John Kennedy broke all that down. It was something that should have stayed because it was built with big logs. It was an old stable, and inside of the stable,
just a minute, Mom.
Dad made